Stop recording. Down, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Live, and here's Johnny. Not that. All right, there. Mirror that, and yes, and this, and here we go. Alrighty. Who do we got here? Jane Doe Jane Doe Burner. How you doing there, Jane Doe Burner? Sally, Mark, how are you? Zetara, Dave, Owen, Percy, Heidi, Hody. Hey, everybody. Let's get ready to get going. First and foremost, welcome, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader. Donald, how you doing? Sue, how are you? Howdy, everyone. Assad, how are you doing? CME, Akeem, Chance Owens, hello. Now, as I was saying, hold on a second. Chance Owens, how are you doing? Andy, Smokey, Ricky, what's happening? All right. As I was saying, my name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow, showing you exactly how I do it. Now, this is how I do it. Doesn't mean you should do it the same way. I always tell everybody, if you find it interesting, I ask you one question only. Does it make sense? Donald, thank you for that. Okay, 60 years old. My dad said I would lose my hair in my 30s. I still got it. Yay for me. All right. Doc Samurai, how are you doing? Mackie, Jonathan, Gil, Becca Macau, are you back again? Rand B, didn't we just do this like 15 minutes ago, Becky? Becca. All right, that all being said, I'm going to show you how I get a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. That is my goal. Okay, I'm looking for 1% a week. That is over 50% a year. Now, how do I do that? I use dividend stocks, specifically dividend stocks for companies that are consistently profitable. This is Ludwin. Good night. How are you doing today? Consistently profitable. What do I mean? Well, I mean I'm taking a look at the Dividend Kings. 50 companies that are consistently profitable for more than 25 consecutive years. Do you know what ticker ICE is? Nope, don't know that at all. How are you? Oh, I missed the question. What was that question? Let's go back. Question over on YouTube. Hold on. How am I feeling today? I'm feeling great. Thank you for asking. Now, when I say dividend stocks, I'm specifically talking about companies that are consistently profitable for a minimum. Are you ready? A minimum of 2 decades. That means 20 consecutive years of consistently increasing profits. All right? I skip all the BS. I don't want to read the quarterly reports. I don't want to read the annual reports. I don't want to look at anything but the dividends. Why? Because the dividend is a portion of the profits the company gives back to the investors. Come to Pakistan. Okay, thanks for the invite. I like that idea. David, John, how are you doing? Truth Bomb Patrio. Okay. Bierman, how you doing? All right, so that being said, the dividend is a portion of the profits the companies gives back to the investors just for owning the shares. While you're lending the company money, they are giving you a portion of the profits. Now, there are, where am I from? I'm from the Boston area. There are 9,813 different companies available every single day that you can invest in. Okay? So out of that 9,800 companies, only about 300 make my list. What's my list? My list is very simple. Okay, I heard you. Come to Pakistan. Thank you for the invite. Okay? And we'll talk about that another time. Now, when I say there's only about 300 companies that fit the criteria I'm looking for, my criteria is very, very simple. Consistently profitable and weekly options. John, Chad, Jamie, how you all doing? Consistently profitable and weekly options. Mike, Professor James, good to see you again. Wonderful. We don't know about trading. Well, enjoy. That's what we're here for. I'm going to show you how I do it. Okay, Jordan wants to take a look at LAC. I'm not going to Pakistan. I got invited. Didn't say I was going. Pepe Sua, how are you today? Okay, Jordan wants to take a look at LAC. I have no idea what LAC is, but Jordan, before I take a look at LAC, I want to make sure consistently profitable for at least 2 decades. Okay? And weekly options. So let's see if you know what you're doing. Okay? Here we go. Let's take a look at LAC. LAC. Let's put it right back in here. LAC. I'm looking for someone to yell at this evening. And it's not that one. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, he wants to look at ICE. We'll take a look at that one next. My name is Amelia Angel. Well, good evening to you. They haven't profited yet. Jordan, if they haven't profited yet, what the hell am I looking at them for? I mean, seriously, when I say I only invest in companies that are consistently profitable for 2 decades, that's 20 years. That means profit, higher. No 2 steps forward, 1 step back. None of that bullshit. No. Consistently profitable. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, if that company, LAC, is not consistently profitable, I'm not even going to bother. Okay? Now, I can't even read that name, dude. But you want to take a look at ICE? I have no idea who they are. ICE? Hell no. Okay, see, sometimes, no. Just to let you guys know, how can we start? Okay, enjoy, just chill, relax. We're going to get started. We're going to take a look. We're going to go 1 step at a time. Okay? Steroid pockets. How are you doing today? Just to let you guys know, I am in St. Petersburg, Florida, on the East Coast. I normally, last year, 2024, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm usually on for 2.5 hours. However, you guys over on the West Coast, I had the opportunity to go to Vegas a couple of weeks ago. While I was in Vegas, I have a routine. I'm used to going on at 9 o'clock. So I go on at 9 o'clock, lo and behold, okay, countrymen, y'all need to just be patient and take in the information. Greetings from California. All right. Well, to California, brother. Okay, what was the next question? Give me a second. I got another question over here from YouTube. I subscribe to the channel. Please upload your course. There. Okay. We'll talk about that one. Okay, so what I am saying is I normally 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Usually. But I was in Vegas a couple of weeks ago. I went on at 9 p.m. Pacific Time because I was in Vegas. 9 p.m. I got to do my show. Little did I know. Well, it was 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Pacific Time. I found while I was in Vegas, it was a whole new audience, a whole group of people that I've never talked to before. See, all you people here, I haven't talked to any of you before because I'm used to being on the Eastern Seaboard. And at 9 o'clock at night, I am done. Well, for you, 9 o'clock at night, your time, I'm usually done. So what I'm thinking is, considering it's a new year, I'm going to do 2 shows. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Now, I'm giving you guys, the West Coast, an opportunity to see if you can beat the East Coast. Because the East Coast averages anywhere between 240, anywhere between 120 to 240 people per night. We're already at 200. Great! You guys are doing a great start. Now, the first West Coast West Coast live evening, I think it was on the 2nd, January 2nd. That was 360. We got to 360 people. Great. Awesome. We're at 200 right now. Let's see if we can tip 300 again. So like, share, subscribe. Sorry, sir, I don't understand. Okay, what I'm saying basically, okay, I usually on 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Now I'm on 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time to see if the West Coast is better than the East Coast. That's what I'm saying. Okay? Now, besides that, what we're talking about here is investing in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. A simple, safe, predictable, consistently profitable trading strategy. It's got to be simple, safe, predictable. Now, the reason why I say that is 2008, when my daughter, 9 years old, said, Daddy, can you teach me what you're doing? Is echo trading option for copy trading T? I have no idea, Eddie, what that means. Okay, but let me finish what I'm trying to say. In 2008, my 9-year-old daughter said, can you teach me how to trade? Teach me what you're doing. I said, sure, honey. Let me think of a trading strategy specifically for you. Okay, so at 9 years old, I'm going to pull up the video so you can actually meet her. Here we go, right there. Give it a second. Videos. This is my YouTube channel, The 10-Minute Trader. The oldest video. Here we go. And here she is.
Hi, I'm Jason, and as you being part of my internet lifestyle company, which my dad is my home at. That's what I do. Being part of that, you're going to be getting weekly lists of stocks I'll be trading, and every month you'll be getting 4 lists of stocks that you can choose.
All right, so that's JC. This is me 15 years ago. Here's my favorite part. You ready? I laugh every time I see that. But what I'm trying to say is, 9 years old, she asked me, Dad, can you teach me what you're doing? Great. It had to be simple. It had to be safe. It had to be predictable. It had to be consistent, and no way for her to lose. You got that? Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way for her to lose. So I had to come up with a strategy. I had 5 rules. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. So when I ask you, give me a stock to take a look at, I am making the assumption, and this is my mistake, I'm making the assumption you know where you want to put your money. I will take a look at whatever stock you want me to take a look at. But I ask you to know what it is you're investing in. If you don't understand, if you don't know it, don't invest in it. It's that simple. You don't know it? Hey, Mama Apple, how you doing? Okay. No cap in how much percentage you bought usually. Sit tight. I'll answer all the questions. Number 1, never buy something you don't understand. If you don't understand it, don't buy it. I will yell at some of you because you will give me something that I think is a piece of crap and you're not actually understanding what you're buying. Never buy something you don't understand. 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the game, and it is a game. Don't kid yourself. Number 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. Why anyone would put money into a company that's not consistently profitable boggles my mind. It does. Why are you putting your money into a company that's not profitable? I don't understand it. Please explain it. Rule number 4, weekly options only. When I say I want weekly cash flow, weekly, every single week, I do not want to sit in front of my computer 5-10 minutes a day. That's all I want to do. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% a week. That's what I'm looking for. 1% a week is over 50% per year. If 50% per year is not enough for you, then I'm terribly sorry, you're in the wrong place. I'm not looking for capital appreciation. If you know what capital appreciation is, that means, let's get out of here. Capital appreciation is simply this. You ready? You buy a stock here and it goes up. And you say, yay, look at it go up. That's not what I'm looking for. If that's what you're looking for, you are in the wrong place. I am 60 years old. I am retired. I am looking for cash flow on a weekly basis. Every single week, I want to get 1%. What does that mean? Well, if I have $100,000, I want $1,000 every single week. 5 or 10 minutes a day, 1 hour a week, $1,000 an hour. I think that's pretty freaking good. But that's me. Now, you in California, you probably want to start out with $1 million and make $10,000 a week. 1% is 1% no matter how you look at it. 1% a week, simple, safe, predictable, consistent cash flow. Is this exactly what I need to watch tonight? Wait, countryman. Well, pay attention, ask questions, but please do me the favor. If you have a stock you want me to look at, remember rule number 1. Never buy something you don't understand. Now, I will be yelling at some of you tonight because someone is going to give me a piece of crap to take a look at. And I'm going to say, what the hell are you thinking? I am. I want to see who's the first one. Now, I'm going to let Mr. Ice go because, we're new. We're just getting started. Now, I will answer every single question. Now, you will put a question up, and it may look like I'm not answering it, but I'm doing one question at a time. I'm just laying out the rules first. How do we join you? Enjoy. Be patient. We will get to that. I'm going to be here for the next 2 hours. All right? So let's do it one at a time. I'm going to slowly go through the questions, answer them one at a time. If you have a stock you want me to take a look at, make sure it has weekly options and it has dividends. The name of the show is Dividend Stock Talk. Dividend investing for weekly cash flow. It is simple. It was created for a 9-year-old. Now, I'm assuming you're all over the age of 18, so this should be easy. But easy doesn't work for adults. Adults have a way to make things complicated and fuck things up. It is what it is. Let's roll. Can you day trade as a full-time job? Kevin, yes, you can. I don't. I am online at least 10 or 15 minutes. That's it. That's all I want to do. Okay, I'm at that point in my life where 1% a week is perfectly fine for me. For me. You want to make more money? Good. You sit in front of your computer all day. That's not what I want to do. I want to jump in. I want to make my quick little trades. I want to be out, and then I want to go enjoy my day. All right. All right, here we go. LAC, we're not going to look at that one because he said it wasn't profitable. ICE, now I don't know why we're looking at ICE. I never heard of them before. Now, you are going to have to find a financial website that works for you. I like using Yahoo Finance. So let's go over to Yahoo Finance and let's see if he's the first person I can yell at today. Because when I say consistently profitable, I mean that their dividends consistently go up every single year. So, ICE into Yahoo Finance. Now, if you guys didn't know, the screen behind me is live on YouTube. So if you can't see it here on your phone or your tablet, go sit in the other room and watch it on your big screen TV because it is available on YouTube. All right, ICE, the dividends. Let's take a look. They have dividends all the way back to 2013. Okay, 2013. That's 12 years of dividends. Let's see if they're consistently profitable. Okay, when I say consistently profitable, that means higher and higher dividends every year. So let's take a look. 13 in 2013. 13 in 2014. Hold it. Wait. Fucking wait. How can you be profitable if you're paying 13 one year and the very next year you're still paying 13? That's not increasing. Seriously, dude? It's not increasing. When I say consistently increasing, that means, do you ever sell? Top 5 you hold at the moment. That would be Macy's, Nordstrom's, Kohl's, Walgreens, and Intel. That's my top 5 at the moment. Okay. So ICE, I can tell right away it's not going to work. Okay. In 2013, it was 13 cents. In 2014, it was 13 cents. That means they were not consistently profitable. Simple. Easy. Let's go to the next one. Okay, 15, then to 17, then to 20, then to 24, to 28, to 30, 33, to 42, to 45. All right, so it's 12 years of dividends, not 20. I want 20 consecutive years. Now there's 9,800 different companies. 9,800. This one does not fit into what I'm looking for. I'm looking for 20 years of consistently increasing. All right, so let's continue taking a look at this because apparently this dude likes this one. All right, so first of all, here's the high, here's the low, going up, now it's coming down. This is going to be a no for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, it's a no. It's a monthly optionable stock. When I say weekly, what part of that don't you understand? Seriously, when I say weekly, why are you getting me something that's monthly? The numbers just don't work. Just don't work. Simple. Just don't work. Number 2, it is actually in a downturn. Number 3, they do not have 20 consecutive years of profits. So, hell no. Okay? All right, Countryman. I'm all ears, brother. This is my first time actually so genuinely curious to know where someone like myself, looking 50% such as yourself, in a sense, again, first time here. Okay, Countryman. Sit back, relax. I'm here every single night. What I suggest people is come back every once in a while, every night if you want. It's the same thing over and over and over again. I do the same stocks over and over and over again. Why? Well, if it's profitable, why not? If it makes sense, why not? If it works, why not? I'm Generation X, which means I grew up in a time where if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it works, leave it alone. I have no idea what your generation has the reasoning to go into something that works perfectly fine and mess with it. If it works, leave it alone. All right. ICE, no. OPTT, really, dude? Really? OPTT. Oh, fuck no. Come on. Really? How can you get 20 years of increased dividends on a 20-cent stock? What the hell's the matter with you people? High risk, high reward? Yeah, dude, you're in the wrong place. Okay, Jordan, I said earlier, if you are looking high risk, high reward, you are in the wrong place. Blank, I was thinking about it. I don't think you should accept the invitation to Pakistan. Alrighty then, thank you. Top 5 favorite, please. Macy's, Nordstrom, Kohl's, Dell, and Intel. Pins, what the hell is Pins? What companies? Yeah, I already just said that. Happy days. Hi, I'm Christy from New Zealand. What do you think about Rocket Lab? Is it 20 years old? Is it consistently rude? Is it consistently profitable? Well, that was rude. Okay, Jordan, okay? I'm not here to be your buddy. I'm not here to be your friend. You're here because you want to be here. If you can't understand the rules, okay? I'm Generation X. You want an apology? You're asking the wrong damn person. Seriously. Okay? You don't like it? You don't have to be here. It is simple. It is easy. Is the company consistently profitable? You said no. Does the company have 20 years of increased dividends? You said no. So why the hell am I looking at it? That's a head and shoulders to invest into a company. Okay? Wait, I just checked LAC started profiting last year. Okay? You don't like banks. Are they weekly? Well, I didn't say that. I like Bank of America. I like Wells Fargo. I like Capital One Finance. I like Visa. I like MasterCard. There's a lot of companies I do like. Okay, you just stated LAC has been starting profitable last year. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's take a look. LAC. Let's see what Yahoo Finance has to say about LAC. There are no dividends in the selected time period. Seriously, dude, weren't you just listening to me? When I say 20 years of increased dividends to show me that they are consistently profitable, which means 20 consecutive years of profits. This thing has no dividends whatsoever. The name of the channel is Dividend Stock Talk, yet you're giving me a company that doesn't have any dividends. Why? Okay? Space Boy, bro, just standing in front of a screen he don't know anything about and wants your money. Hey, dude, Space Boy, I love it when people make the assumption, especially people make the assumption of somebody you don't know. I have never asked anybody for any money, nor will you hear me ask anybody for any money. Okay? Okay, Jordan, same thing to you too. I'm not asking for anyone for any money. I'm just sharing information. That's it. Wow, you're late. Okay. How much were you up in 2024? Okay, now I have 7 different accounts. I share 3 of them publicly. I share each and every trade that I actually make. Right here. Account number 1, year to date, 2024, 95.26%. Account number 2, 80.84%. Account number 3, I haven't figured out all the numbers yet on that one. I'm still working on it. It's not my thing to do the number crunching. But yeah, I average over 1% every single week. Okay, week 42, third week, fourth quarter, 2.5, 1.7, 3.3. Where the hell are these? 3.6, 0.95. 3.05, 1.8, 3.6, 2.6, blah, blah, blah. They're all there. Okay, I'm still working on getting the numbers crunched. 1.2, 4.7, 8.5, 0.71. Do I make 1% every week? No, I don't. This week right here. Week number 20, 7th week, 2nd quarter. 0.71. I only made 0.71 that week. I didn't make 1% that week. Do I make 1% every week? No, I don't. But I average 1% every single week. That's over 50% a year. It just so happens in 2024 I did make crazy amount. Not that I intended to, but it's just happy coincidence. You're in Arizona. Rick Wells, cool beans. It's 12 p.m. It's 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 9 p.m. Pacific Time. So I'm kind of given the should we short Enron. Love a character. Is Mod Mobile good? I bought 4,000 shares at 25 cents. Jazz, I can't answer that question. It's not on my list. I don't waste my time with that. Sherry, good evening and how are you today? DGI Gambling. I love dividend growth investing. Cool beans. Love it. Wonderful. ND Cobb. Put the dividends into high risk, high reward. Sorry, dude. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay? Now, when I say I'm 60 years old, I'm retired, I want simplicity, I want safety, and I want consistency. Okay? I'm not looking for capital appreciation. I'm looking for safety and predictability. I already said that. Okay? If the company's not consistently profitable, I don't want nothing to do with it. It's actually that simple. It's 9,800 different companies. Why should I choose the ones that don't fit? I love dividend growth investing, DG Gambling, cool beans. I just missed this. Damn it. Where are we going? Let's go back to where we were. I am going to answer every single question. Give me a minute because it takes a while. There's a lot of you people out there and you guys keep asking questions and I have to do one at a time. Is 9,000 investing at 15 good? Okay, Mr. Chemicals, you got to be more specific with that question because I'm not quite sure. I understand the words. Is 9,000 invested at 15 good? I have no idea. At 15 what? 15% at 15 months, at 15 weeks, at $15. I don't know. Damn, you put on a couple cents. Mikey, I have no idea what that means. Can we look at LMT, Lockheed Martin? Let's take a look at LMT. I like Lockheed Martin, LMT. It is on my list, but it's going to be a no this week. Hold on one second. What question is this? What are my top picks? Bulldog, we already said this like 4 times already. Macy's, Cold, Nordstrom's, Walgreens, and Intel, I think it was. Okay, Lockheed Martin, you ready? Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at the momentum. Okay, up, down. It's actually at this moment fishing for a bottom. They call it bottom fishing. Looking for the bottom, which means I will keep my eye on it until it finds the bottom. What do I mean by that? Well, there's only one high and there's only one low. You cannot pinpoint the low until it is done dropping. It is dropping at the moment until it finds the bottom, turns around and starts to go back up. That's where I want to jump in. I will keep my eye on it, but for this week it's going to be a no until the bottom shows up. And it usually says, hello, I'm the bottom. Okay, ND Cobb, OPTT. Really? Seriously? Ooh, look at this. Chevron. I like Chevron over here on YouTube. CVX. Now, Chevron, I like it. Let's take a quick look. Okay, here's the high of the year. Here's the low of the year. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at the momentum. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's going up. It's currently at 149. Now, the 1 year chart makes it look good. It makes it look inviting. But 1 year doesn't really give me an idea of where it's going next. Because the way it looks here, it looks as if it should still be going up. All right, looks as if it should be. But let's go back. Currently, it's at $150. So if I buy it tomorrow morning, do you own more than 20? Yes, I do. Okay, it's at 150. So if I buy this week's 150, there's only 3 days left. You're not going to get 1% in 3 days. But next week, well, that is 10 days. Am I getting 1%? Well, if I buy it tomorrow morning at 150, if I sell a covered call for someone to buy it from me for the exact same price I just paid, 150, well, I'm collecting 180. Now, if you don't know your math, $1.80 is more than 1% of $180, which means I will be making more than 1% if I do this trade. Now, before I commit to doing the trade, I want to check the chart to see if it's the right time to buy the trade. Now, the 1-year chart says yes, it is. Because here's your high, here's your low, she went up, now she's down, now she's going back up again. That's the 1-year chart. But 1 year doesn't give me a good idea of what's going to happen next week. So let's take a closer look. Okay, so last year we were at 148.68. She shoots up to the high of the year at 167, right here, back in April. From there, she drops down to the bottom of the year, which is right here, September, at 135. That's the bottom of the year. But look at the last 90 days. She goes up, she comes down, and she goes up again. This is where we are now. Now, this looks awesome right here on the 90-day chart. That's the last 3 months. Well, what does the last 3 months have to do with what's happening next week? That's why I want to look a little closer to the last 30 days. Because the last 30 days will give me a better idea of where I think it's going next week. And that's what I'm looking for. Here's your 30-day high, 160. It drops down here. Now it's going up. That looks beautiful. Look at that. Down, now it's going up. We have all this space up here for this thing to keep going. That looks like a yes to me. But wait, we got one more chart to look at. That's called the seasonality chart. What does it normally do this time of year? Well, this time of year, okay, now if you don't know what a seasonality chart is, all the way to the left is January 1st. All the way to the right is December 31st. It shows the whole year. Now the blue dot up here, hold on. Ludwin, hold on a second. The blue dot up here represents this year. Now there's only been 3 trading days this year so far, so it's not a big movement right there. Okay, the first line, January, February, March, April, May. This is the whole year. 10 years worth of movement averaged out. What does it do normally? Well, normally, for the first quarter, it just goes sideways. The second quarter, it goes up. Third quarter, it goes sideways. And then fourth quarter, she goes up also. So let's take a close look at January. What can we expect from January on this stock? Well, take a look. If we put it right here, put the crosshairs together, okay, here's where we are right now, January 7th. What does it normally do? Well, normally just goes sideways with a very, very slight downward tilt. Now, that's just a 10-year average. Does that mean that's exactly what it's going to do? Doesn't mean that at all. It just means that's what it has done over the last 10 years. Slightly down. Okay. But do I like Chevron? Well, yeah, I do like Chevron. Let's get back to my normal chart right there and back to here. So far, everything looks good. Looks like it should continue to go up. And at the current price, 150, next week it is 180, which means it's more than 1%. And that is my goal. A safe, simple, consistently profitable company giving me more than 1% for the week. So what's going to happen? I buy it at 150.05. That's the current price. I turn around and I sell somebody the rights to buy it from me at 150. I collect $1.80 per share, which is over 1%. Now, what happens? If the stock is 150 or above come next Friday, well, if it's in an upward trend and it's currently at 149.59 and the purchase price is 150, all it has to do is just stay right where it is. And I make my 1%. Now, I know 1% doesn't sound like a lot, but 1% every single week with only 5 minutes of my time, well, that's 50% a year. And with what I have in my account, 1% a week is perfectly fine for me. But that's me. You guys got to figure out what works for you. Got a question over here. Ludwin, what happens when no one buys the call and the price drops? That's 2 different questions. First of all, Ludwin, if it is listed for sale, that means the market maker has to sell it to you for whatever the price is here. If the market maker has it, he is required by law to fill it, unless you change it from a market order to a limit order. A market order, he's required to fill it at the market price. A limit order means you get to decide what you want for it. That means the market maker can accept it or he can reject it. So, if a market order, yeah, he's required to fill it. Okay? All right, next question. And does the stock go down? Remember rule number 1? Never buy something unless you plan on owning it for the long term. Okay? So, if you think it's going to go down, don't buy it. If it doesn't make sense to you, don't buy it. If you think you're going to buy a stock and it's only going to go up, this is not a game for you. Because stocks go 2 different directions. They go up, they go down. If you think you're going to buy it and it's only going to go up, you're sadly mistaken. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Stocks go up, stocks go down. That's it. They do not do anything else. They do not come to your house and take your doggy for a walk. They do not mow the lawn. They do not wash the dishes. They do not make the bed and put the candies on your pillows. They go up, they go down. That's it. If you like the company, buy it. You don't like it, don't buy it. It's that simple. I stick to companies that are consistently profitable with 20 years or more of increased profits. Verifiable increased profits. And that is the dividends. If the dividend increases, that means the company's consistently profitable. Because you can't get a higher dividend without the profits being higher. Coca-Cola. Love Coca-Cola. However, you're not going to like this. Okay, Coca-Cola's been in business for over 140 years. Okay, they are a dividend king, which means they increase their dividends consistently. However, 61 bucks. The 61's going for 27 cents. That's not even 0.5%. Okay, next week 61s are going for 67 cents. So that might work for Coca-Cola for next week. So let's take a look. We're going to say no to Coca-Cola because Coca-Cola is currently bottom fishing. What does that mean? Well, they're in a downturn looking for a new bottom. Now, I will keep watching Coca-Cola for when it does find the bottom. See, this is the bottom right here. Stock goes up, stock comes down, finds the bottom, stock goes up. Stock comes down, finds the bottom. It hasn't found it yet. So Coca-Cola is, I'll keep my eye on it. So I'm going to write Coca-Cola down. For next week, we'll keep our eye on it. And as soon as you find the bottom, then I will jump in if the numbers work. Because I like Coca-Cola. They've been in business for over 140 years. Never heard of bottom fishing. You've never heard of bottom fishing? That's where catfish live. That's where flounder lives. Halibut. Some fish just live on the bottom. Okay? You have your other fish. Striper, tuna, sailfish. They live at the top. And then you have your mid-dwellers. Bottom fishing is the stuff down the bottom. What do you think that is? That's the bottom. Home Depot. We'll take a look at Home Depot in a second. Let me get some more of these questions here. All righty. OPTT. Really? You really want me to look at that one? OPTT. I need to have someone else to yell at. Seriously, dude, come on. Thing is, last month it was 20 cents. How can you possibly have 20 years of increased dividends on a 20-cent stock? Seriously? Come on. All right, Crypto Crafty. Here, I want you to listen very closely. You ready? Dividend investing for weekly cash flow. I don't do cryptocurrency. It's skipping a little. Okay, Rick, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. SPY. Seriously? I love the part where you guys just throw out shit and you think it makes sense. Hold on. SPYI. All right. Cameron wants to take a look at Home Depot. Now, I like Home Depot. Home Depot is a dividend king, which means they have increased their dividends for more than 20 consecutive years. Unfortunately, same thing. Home Depot, bottom fishing. As soon as it finds the bottom, great. We'll jump in then. But until then, I'm looking for the bottom. Once the bottom isolates itself, like right here, okay, right now it's going down. Until it finds a bottom, turns around, goes back up, then I'll jump into it. But I do like Home Depot. They've consistently increased their dividends for more than 5 decades, 50 consecutive years. They're definitely a yes when the numbers work. At this moment in time, it's not the right time to buy. Jose Gruder Jr., how are you doing today? All right, so let's keep on looking. Over here, SPYI. Why do people keep SPYI? Keep buying crap. Now, why do I say keep buying crap? Okay. Okay, ready? Caleb, you ready? SPYI. It's a monthly. What part of weekly options do you not quite understand? When I say weekly options, that's what weekly means, right? January, February, March. Those are months. Those aren't weeks, which means I can only trade those once a month. Once a month means I'm not making 50% a year. See, now, I didn't go to college. I have no problem with that. But I do know that 52 is better than 12. Okay? You can only do an option trade once a month with a monthly optional stock. A weekly optional stock, such as AT&T, okay? 10 January, that's this Friday. 17 January, that's next Friday. 24 January, well, that's 3 Fridays away. 31 January, that's 4 Fridays away. Okay? I can do it every single week. 52 is better than 12. No weekly options, no thank you. No dividends, no thank you. It's simple. All right. Joseph Milner wants to take a look at Wally World. WMT. All right. I'm a little uncomfortable with this, but here's the thing. Here's your high. Here's your low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at the movement. Up, sideways, up, down, up, down. What's happening here? Well, let's take a closer look. But before we take a closer look, do the numbers work? What am I buying it for? 91. Well, what's this week going for? 50 cents. That's a 0.5%. No, thank you. Uh-oh, I missed that question. Let's look at this one like X. Ooh, Ludwig wants to take a look at U.S. Steel. We'll take a look at U.S. Steel. I actually have some U.S. Steel. We'll take a look at that one next. 91. Walmart, where it's currently at right now. Okay, no thanks this week. It's only 0.5%. Next week, $1.11. That's over 1%. That makes sense. I know who Walmart is. I know what they do. Walmart is a dividend aristocrat, which means they have increased their dividends for more than 25 years. 25 years of consistent profitability. That's a yes. For me, that's a yes. Walmart. So let's take a look. Okay, high, low, all that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. A year ago was the bottom of the year, 52.23. The last 90 days, here we go. Look at the movement. High, low, look at the movement. Okay, now it's going up. Okay, $80, 90 days ago, jumps up, pulls back. Okay, great. What's the 30 days look like? 30 days gives me a better idea of what's coming next. 30 days, right there. Okay, look at the last 30 days. See, the last 30 days will give you a great idea of what's happening next week. Well, 30 days ago was the 30-day high. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now she's going up. Well, what happened here today? Now, today, right, that is a retracement. So what's happening? So now, I'm a little leery about that because usually 30-day high, 30-day bottom, now she goes up. Well, today there was a little bit of a pullback. Why? Is it an anomaly? Because that happens once in a while. Every once in a while there's a hiccup or an anomaly. Okay? So is it? I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. Is tomorrow going to be higher or is tomorrow going to be lower? That will be an indicator whether or not I want to jump in. But what does Walmart normally do this time of year? For that, we take a look at the seasonality chart. Okay, now I like it. Look at it. January, she goes sideways. And then she slowly goes up towards the end of the year. Well, that's a nice one. Okay? No big movements, nothing out of the way. So what does it look like? Okay? But the questions you need to ask yourself, number one, does it make sense? Number two, do I like this company and do I like it at this price? And can I picture myself buying it and owning it for a long period of time? Those are interesting questions. Those are ones you got to ask yourself. All right. Ludwig wants to take a look at U.S. Steel. Now, I said I do own some U.S. Steel. I like U.S. Steel. It makes sense to me. It's over 100 years old, created by Dale Carnegie. The numbers all look great. Let's take a gander at what it looks like. Okay. Here's the high, 48, drops down to 27, back up to 44, back down to 30. Now we're at 33. It's in an upward trend. That's the 1 year chart. Simple, easy to read. Adults have a tendency to make this more complicated than it needs to be. Okay? Remember, it was created for a 9-year-old. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% a week. That's what I'm looking for. If you like the idea of 50% per year, great. Let's take a look. Okay? 3340, the 3350s, this week is going for over 1%. That's just for 3 days. Not really 3 days, but 2 days, because there's no trading on Thursday. So we have Wednesday, and then we have Friday. Only 2 days. And if I can make 1% in 2 days, well, that works for me. But next week, the 3350s are going for 96 cents. That's 3%. Well, hell, that works for me. All right, so let's keep taking a look. Last year was the high of the year, 48.85. The bottom of the year right here, 26.69, and that was back in August. She shoots up, she pulls back, now she's going up again. It's really not that difficult to read. Okay, here's your last 30 days. 30 days ago, here, we drop down, shoot up, pull back, back up again. Okay? How to know the bottom line. Okay, no cap. Really is not that difficult, dude. Just take a look. If you take a look at this chart, I can get my 4-year-old grandson and say, hey, little buddy, where's the top? It's right there, Papa. Hey, little buddy, where's the bottom? It's right there, Papa. It's actually that easy. That's the top. That's the bottom. I don't know why you'd even ask that question. That's the high point. That's the low point. Okay, when she's up here, why did it go down? Well, let me give you a quick little explanation. Profit taking. That's it. If you bought it down here at the bottom, okay, currently the bottom here, $29.50. If you bought it at $29.50, and then it jumped up to $35.40. So from 29 to 35, that's $6. $6 on a $27 stock, that is right around 22, 23%. A 23% increase between here and here. If you do not take your profits when it's up 23% in 2 weeks, you deserve to have it lost. That's it. It's not a profit until you take it. I'm only looking for 1%. So if I see a high right here, profit taken, it's down here, yeah, I want to jump in here. Okay, here's the bottom, 2 days the upside, this is what I want to jump in. That's me. I want 2 days to the upside to isolate the bottom. Bottom, 2 days the upside. Great, jump in, then she shoots up. Fine, that works. What is my YouTube channel? The 10-Minute Trader. Okay. Anytime you hear me say any video, now I got a couple hundred videos on TikTok, almost 700-800 videos on YouTube. When you hear me say any video, it's always, hey everybody, this is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow, looking for a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, Salty, why do we want to look at TLRY? Now, I have a sneaky suspicion this is going to be a double hell no. Okay? Never heard of it. TLRY. Now, I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I'm pretty good at figuring out who's who. TLRY. Okay. Now, honestly, ask me, how the hell do you get 2 decades of increased dividends on a $1.50 stock? Okay, Ludwin, can you go over the market price again? This is how you stated it will be prioritized. Someone will buy it. Oh boy. Okay, hold on a second. Second question. All right. All right, market price. Okay? Whenever you look at either a stock or an option, stocks are usually traded in New York. Options are usually traded in Chicago. I am selling calls, absolutely, Mr. Tim. The bid, the ask. The bid is what you can sell it for. The ask is what you can buy it for. That is the market price. When you go into any store, that is the market price. Is that the wholesale price? No, it is not. For instance, you go into the corner store, Quick Mart, Quick Mart, Quickie Mart, 7-Eleven, the Circle K, whatever corner store you have. Okay? Go look at a gallon of milk, $3.50. That is the market price. Okay? Now, the owner of that store does not pay $3.50. He may pay $3. $3 if he's buying, $3.50 if he's selling. Okay? Now, you can go in and say, I will give you market price. Here you go. Or you can say, I want to give you a limit price. I want to pay $3.40 for a gallon of milk. The market maker can say, well, hell no, it's $3.50. You either take it or you don't. That's the difference between market price and a limit price. Can you buy a gallon of milk for $3.40? Yeah, if you bicker long enough and if you convince the seller that, yeah, I'm going to buy it, whatever. However you want to do it, it's up to you. But the market maker, the store owner, if the guy who owns 7-Eleven or the Quick Stop or whatever it is, if he says the market price for a gallon of milk is $3.50, you pay it, you don't pay it, it's up to you. Or you can say, hey, I know that it's $3.50 for the market price, but I only want to pay $3.40. It's a yes or no. Can we arrange some regular classes, please? I do have regular classes every morning. I have a morning trading class. Now, I promised I would not try to sell anyone anything. So, if you're really interested, it's in my bio. Okay? Go search in the bio. You'll find that. I got plenty of shit to sell, but I'm not trying to sell anything here. I'm just basically teaching. Okay? Now, I'm not asking anyone for anything. If you want, you can find it. All right. Anyway, okay. Salty, TLRY. Okay, so basically, TLRY, it does have weekly options. Okay? The high was $3. The bottom was $1.20. You really expect me to think that this company has 20 years of consistently increased dividends, Salty? Well, let's take a look. Right here, here, and here. Yahoo Finance. And what are we on? TLRY. TLRY. Oh, imagine that. There are no dividends in the time frame. Again, why the hell would you have me look at something that you know has no dividends? OPTT, please don't waste my time. Any penny stocks? No. When I say consistent, profitable companies with 20 years or more of increased profits, how can a penny stock have 20 years or more of consistent profits? Where do I start, Reed? You start by keep showing up every day until it makes sense. Once it makes sense, if you want to join the morning trading group, fine. It's there. I promise I'm not trying to sell anything here. Okay? Daniel, I'm sure you hear a lot about Robinhood. Yeah, I like Robinhood. I use Robinhood. Okay, but I do not trade Robinhood. The reason why is Robinhood has not been around for 20 years, which means there's no possible way on God's green earth Robinhood could have 20 consecutive years of increased profits. Now, Target, okay, that is over 100-year-old company. They do have 5 decades of increased dividends. CVNA, what the hell is CVNA? TGT. Okay, Target. I like Target and I also hate Target. Let me explain. First of all, here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at the movement. Up, down, up, big drop, up. It's currently at 139.35. Okay, the market price, 139.48. We'll be looking at the 139.50. Don't have one. The 140, 87 cents for this week. No. Next week, yes. Ludwin. Thank you, James. Good night. Hope you have a good cake. Cool beans. All right. So, Target. The numbers do work. See, 139 is what I can buy it for. If I'm buying it at 139.48, I can sell it to someone else at 140. The 140 is giving me $2. Well, $2 is more than 1%. Okay? It's like, well, I think it's like 1.3. Well, that's not bad for 1 week. All right, so here's the movement. Okay? But I think it's going to be a no because I think it might be at the 30-day high. Yep. See? 30-day. The 30-day high. I never, ever, ever buy anything at the 30-day high. Why? Well, because here's your 30-day bottom, 129. Here's your 30-day high, 142. So 129 to 142 is $11. Okay, $11 on a 129 stock, that's just a little bit below 10%. Buy shares, sell call. Absolutely, Tim. Buy the shares, sell the calls. But you got to make sure the company's consistently profitable and you're buying it at the right time. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love Target. I really do. However, you cannot confuse the facts because 30-day high is today. 30-day bottom is 2 weeks ago. Now, from the 30-day bottom, because there are people who buy down here, up to here is over a 10% increase. When you have a 10% increase in 2 weeks, guess what you're going to have? And don't kid yourself. Don't say, well, I'm buying it, it's going to continue to go up. It doesn't work that way. Okay? It doesn't, seriously. From here to here, it's over 10%, which means there's going to be profit taken, which means she's going to come back down again. When she does, I will look at Target again in 3 weeks. Because right now, it's going to take 2 or 3 weeks for it to get back down here, turn around, go back up again. So how many shares and how many options? Tim, you're asking me the wrong questions. I have 7 different accounts. Okay, 7 different accounts. Okay, I have over about 60 positions. Well, this is what I do in my retirement because I'm retired. I do this for the fun of it because I enjoy doing it. Okay? I said Target in 3 weeks, so let me write this down. Oops. Yep, I'm old school. I write stuff down. Ross, love that you have 7 different accounts. Yeah, I don't trust the government. How many Ross accounts do you have? Okay. Roth. I have 0. Just an example. I have no idea. Be more specific, please. Okay, be more specific with your questions. You ask a better question, you get a better answer. Okay, just give me an example. Well, it is 73 degrees out. That's an example of the temperature. Okay, so when you say give me an example, well, 9. My shoe size is 9. Give me an example. Black. My shirt color is black. You got to be more specific with your questions. Where do I start? Read. Keep coming back. Okay. Amakalov? Andre, back again, dude. You are an inspiration, James. I would love to learn from you on a personal basis. Well, Andre, okay, you know how to do it. You've asked the question before. You know how to get a hold of me. Tim, for how many shares would you match with how many options? Oh, that's an easy question. 100 shares equals 1 option. 500 shares equals 5 options. 1,000 shares is 10 options. 100,000 shares is 100 options. Okay? 100 shares, 1 option. 200 shares, 2 options. Okay, there's your example. All right, CVNA. Please don't make me regret this. CVNA. I have no idea who they are. And, all right, Carvana. I can guarantee with 100% certainty Carvana is not 20 years old. What are my thoughts on Robinhood? I love the trading platform. It's simple. It's easy. How do you feel about using Webull as a broker? I looked at Webull once, and I intended on opening up a Webull account because they were offering free stuff. I always love free stuff. I do. But I never got around to it because I got Robinhood, and Robinhood was so easy. If cash flow funds dividends, but dividends reduce cash flow, is the flow really cash? What the hell kind of a question is that? All right. Let me see if I can explain things to you in a business type manner. All right. Hold on a second. Tim, I know that, but if you buy 100 shares of any company, would you buy 1 contract? No, I don't buy contracts. Okay, now, understand this, Tim. All right, you ready? 80% of all options expire worthless. I used to buy options years ago until it kind of clicked. Well, if 80% of all options expire worthless, why am I buying? Why? Because, all right, hold on. You're going to need a lot of alcohol after this. Probably, but believe it or not, I really don't drink. I don't drink, don't smoke. I don't even drink coffee. I'm just naturally, Bouncy. That's a good word for it, bouncy. Yeah, I don't buy options. I sell options. Because if 80% of options all expire worthless, why the hell would I want to be a buyer? I want to be a seller. I want to sell. Thoughts on, Terry Smith. When I say, seriously, Terry, think about this for a question. Okay? When I say rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. So my thought is, I don't know how to say this politely, so I'm just going to say it. Either you're ignoring what I'm saying, or you're thinking that, it's so wonderful, I will change all my rules. Okay? Is a hell no. Seriously, dude, if you're going to buy something, do some research. What are you buying? Why are you buying it? I like the Tasty Trade methodology. I do too. Tasty Trade was made by Tom Sosnos. He's the one who created Think or Swim. He created this. He sold it to TD Ameritrade, ungodly amount of money. Andre, I dislike Webull and Robinhood. They have a latency issue, meaning trades do not execute fast enough. Well, yes and no. It depends on what kind of trade you're doing. Now, I use Robinhood for certain types of trades. It's like boom, 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 I'm done. I love it for that. But other trades, I do specifically on Think or Swim. Okay? Is this pre-recorded? I love it when people ask that question. Because at the beginning of the show, I specifically say, I read each and every individual question. Now, with over 200 or 300 people here, the questions come so fast, I wouldn't be able to read them all. So if I buy 100 EBI, I can sell one contract. Exactly, Tim. Exactly. Okay, no, this is not pre-recorded. Okay, so Crypto Crafty. Let me see if I can explain this to you in a manner that you might understand. Okay, I'm reading your question right now. Right now, at this moment in time. It is 1:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I am reading your question right now. So no, this is not pre-recorded. But tomorrow, Wednesday, you can go back and watch this whole thing over again because it is being recorded. Okay? Does that make sense? Andre, options are bad because of delta decay. I get that. I hate buying them. They are quickly way. Now, I'm going to agree with you. I don't buy options anymore. I sell them. For every 100,000, how many positions? 5. 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 5 positions. 98% of all my money is invested at all times. Why? Because I believe in the American economy. My brother, my aunt, my uncle, the guy down the street, the lady down the street, they all work in corporate America. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Ford, General Motors, AT&T, IBM. If you work in America, you either own a company or you work for a company. The company is either a private company or a public company. I believe in the economy. I invest my money at all times. Okay. If cash flow funds dividends, but dividends reduce cash flow, is the really cash flow? All right, hold on. Especially 0-day options are doo-doo. Yeah. Okay. I have a specific strategy. Very simple. 5 positions regardless of the dollar amount. Yeah. Okay. $100,000. 20,000, 20,000, 20,000, 20,000. I might get 500 shares of this, 200 shares of that, 1,000 shares of this, 20,000, 20,000, 20,000, 20,000. Okay? Simplicity, predictability, consistency. I love those kind of words. Okay, so back to Fancy Texas. Fancy Texas. I'm going to explain it to you in a manner that you might understand. Okay? Now, Fancy Texas. Okay? A company's main job is to provide a product or a service to the general public. And when they do so, they are either profitable or they are not profitable. Now, you have, as a company owner, you have 2 choices. You take all the profits, put it back into the company for capital growth or business growth. Okay? Or 2, you take those profits and you give it back to the investors. Because if it wasn't for the investors, you wouldn't have a company. So, you take the profits, put it back into the company, or you give it to your investors. Okay? Dividends, no dividends. I want companies that pay dividends. Now, if the company is consistently profitable, those dividends will increase. Okay? Now, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about when you say, but dividends reduce cash flow. No, they do not. Because a dividend is a portion of the profits. Okay, I'll give you an example. Okay? Fancy Texas. Lend me $1,000. I got a cool deal I'm working on. Wonderful. Great. Now, what you're going to get in return is a portion of my profits. You lend me $1,000. I buy such and such. I do this, I do that. I sell it. I give you your $1,000 back plus a portion of the profits. That is what investing is all about. You give your money to someone you trust who knows what they're doing with it. When they make a profit, they give you a little bit of that profit back. That is how business works. Or you can take, hey, here's $1,000. You do what you want with it. In 15 or 20 years, I want this amount back. Well, that amount is however many shares you buy. And the value of the company increases, and then you get your $1,000 back, whatever amount of shares you buy. Yeah, so either you put all the money back into the company or you share the profits. It's simple. Share the profits, don't share the profits. Okay? Crypto Crafty think this is, yeah, we already went with that. Thoughts on, I'm not even going to dignify that with an answer. Realty, yeah. Dude, when I ask you, okay, same thing with Shiba. Call should be in the money. Okay, Tim, I'm not quite sure about that. Do you do the 1030 rule in your funds, or is it done in funds I have no idea what you mean by that, Andre. Okay, you need to be more explicit with that question. Okay, now you've been here long enough. You've seen what I do. You've seen my trades. You actually seen me make trades. So I'm not quite sure what you mean by that question. So, Trey Smith, I'm going to ignore the question on my thoughts on Realty because I'm making the assumption you don't know anything about Realty. That's why you're asking me. Same thing with Shiba doesn't care. I'm not going to answer that question either because apparently you're not listening either. Okay, Juan, CVI. Oh my God, really? CVI? What the hell is CVI? CVR Energy. Yeah, see, you weren't listening either, dude. When I say monthlies just don't work, why are you giving me X stock with monthlies? Now, when I say never, ever, ever buy something you don't understand, what part of that don't you understand? If you don't understand what the company's doing or what they offer, why are you investing in it? Simple. If it's monthly options, you should know. And if I say I don't do monthly optionable stocks, why are you asking me to take a look at it? Now, Adam, Eli Lilly, LLY, yeah, they are on the list because they do have weekly options and they are consistently profitable. Simple. Andre, for clarification, 10% charge fees and 30% of profits. I have no idea what that means. Seriously, I don't. I like things simple. Remember, when I say I created this for a 9-year-old, you buy on Wednesday, sell. No, I don't. I buy on Monday. Okay? I buy on Monday and I sell this week's calls. Okay? Monday through Friday. Now, I grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I went to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, Monday morning. I got paid 5 o'clock Friday afternoon. Now, I like that schedule. It's a nice schedule. We enjoy the weekend, and on Monday morning, we go back to work. Okay, always on a Monday. Well, because think of it this way. A weekly option. I meant your fund are the funds that you know. Okay, no. Okay, so hypothetically speaking, if I have $100,000 in my account, I'll do 5 trades. 20,000, 20,000, 20,000, 20,000. I have all my money invested at all times. Well, 98%. I got to leave a little bit around for maneuvering, whatever. But here's the thing. Why wouldn't I? Why would I have money just sitting on the side? Okay, I do this every single week. Alex, maybe give them an example. Yeah, I'm just answering some stupid questions first. Okay, CVI, apparently not listening to what I'm trying to say. Monthly options don't work. Never buy something you don't understand. You make 5 moves every Monday. No, Tim, that's not what I said. Okay, I have 7 different accounts. Okay, Originally I had 3. Now I'm up to 7. Okay? So I will take that account and I will divvy it up into 5 trades, 5 or 6 depending on what's going on. 20,000, 20,000, 20,000 per account. Yeah. Okay, 5 or 6 trades per account. All right, we're on Eli Lilly. Adam, let's take a look. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at the movement. Up, down, up. 776. A little out of my price range, but okay. Do I like AIG? Yes, I do like AIG. They are over 100 years old. They have increased their dividends for more than 25 consecutive years. But all your moves on a Monday. Yeah, why not? All right, think of it this way. A weekly option, Monday through Friday. If the market opens at 9:30 a.m. and closes at 4, what is the absolute maximum amount of time? Maximum amount of time is Monday morning, Friday afternoon. That's it. You can't get any more time than Monday at 9:30 a.m. to Friday at 3:59 p.m. That is it. That is the maximum amount of time. So if time decay, would you be willing to buy NVIDIA? Hell no. Okay? Now the reason why I don't like NVIDIA, sounds good, homework on Sunday. Yeah, get it. I don't like NVIDIA. The reason I don't like NVIDIA is a $140 stock. $140 stock. But how much is the company worth per share? It is worth $1.74 per share. So if the Supreme Court said you guys got to divest and pay back all your investors, guess what? For that $140 stock, you're getting $1.74. Book value is the liquidation value, which means they sell everything they own, everything they owe. They pay off all their debts. You're getting $1.74 from NVIDIA. But wait, it gets worse. Because guess what? For $140 per share, you're getting a dividend of, you ready for this? 1 penny per share. Okay? Certain rules I have. Book value is one of them. Dividends is another. 20 years of increased dividends. NVIDIA doesn't have it. Book value is another. $140 stock, the book value is $1.74. Ford, hold on. The stock is $9.80. The book value, I believe, is somewhere around $14. General Motors, book value is $44. The stock price is somewhere around $34, I think, somewhere in that area. So the book value is very important to me. When I say I like looking at the numbers, it's always a numbers game. Does it make sense? I'm not paying $140 for a stock that's worth $1.74. It just doesn't make sense to me. We're still on Eli Lilly. Let's keep on going. So as I was saying, how about short it then from the recent high because the valuation makes no sense? All right, it has no dividends that are worth my time and effort. So it's an absolute no for me. Okay, there's 9,800 different companies, and a lot of them make sense to short to buy. How do you determine the best option price? I don't. The best option price is at the money. 776, the best option price is going to be the 777. Okay? So if I'm buying it at 776, well, I'm going to be selling either the 775s or the 780s. And it better give me 1% or more. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, is it going up or is it going down? Is it the right time? Are they consistently profitable? Okay, my number one priority is consistent profitability. I do not want to invest my company in a company, it's been a long day. I do not want to invest my money into a company that's not consistently profitable. It just doesn't make sense to me. You guys have to figure out what is right for you. If you want to invest in NVIDIA, hey, be my guest. You want to invest in Bitto? Be my guest. To me, it makes no sense. All right? I'm 60 years old. I don't have the privilege of being wrong. All right? For you guys that are still working, you have the privilege of being wrong. Doreen, I love Walgreens. I do. It's one of my favorites. I will take a look at Walgreens as soon as we are done with Eli Lilly, okay? I like Walgreens. I do. And I'm going to explain to you why in a minute. Let me finish this up. Okay, so as I was saying, everything has to make sense. And that's my number one question. Does it make sense? And that is such a juvenile question. We act as if we are out of school. We don't need to learn anymore. We are adults. Why do adults have a tendency to make this more complicated than a 9-year-old little schoolgirl? I told my daughter, I say, honey, what does it look like? Well, Daddy, it looks like it's going up. Now it looks like it's going down. It is that simple. Why are we complicating it? Why do adults make things more complicated? I have no idea. All right. So Eli Lilly, number one, it's out of my price range. If you think I'm going to buy a stock at $776, you're crazy. I can get 1% from Walgreens. Walgreens is $9. Ford is $9. Okay, Harley Davidson is $33. Why would I buy a company for $776? That's a long way to fall. And trust me, they do fall. They go up, they go down. That's it. But let's continue because you want to look at Eli Lilly. All right, so Eli Lilly, 776. If I buy it at 776, I want to sell the 775s or the 780s. And they're both giving me over 1%. Okay, so great. So that part works. Fine. Now, the chart is going to tell me, is it the right time to buy it? Because there's a time and place for everything under heaven. Okay, that was what? Simon Garfunkel, Sound of Silence. Also, it's in the Bible. There's a time and purpose for everything under heaven. Okay. Andre, very smart. Your returns are very good. I'm a fan of yours now. All right, thank you. I will stop asking stupid questions. Thanks, Andre. Let's see. Now, Andre, I like to think of it as common sense. But it probably shouldn't be common sense because it's really not that common. It's one of those things, think about it. It should be taught in school. Up, down, left, right, hot, cold. High, low. It should be. Common sense should be taught in school, but it's not. Some of these people, you talk to some of the new kids now, you talk to the Gen Zs and the millennials, it's like, how the fuck? I feel bad for the future. I do. I listen to some of these people, it's like, oh my God. I'm from Generation X, okay? We were like, hey, go outside, fend for yourself, figure it out. Doesn't work, figure it out. And we did. Nowadays, don't get me started. Seriously, don't get me started. Okay, so we're here. Here's the high, here's the low, here's the direction. Great. Is it the right time to buy it? Well, let's take a look. A year ago was the bottom of the year for Eli Lilly, 607. And then that was a year ago. So here's the top right here. The top, 973. Now that was in August. Okay? No matter how wonderful you think the company is, you must be saying, wow, this is great, it's at 973. What happened next? Profit taking. You honestly think people are going to buy a stock and just watch it go up, 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 and never take profits? Doesn't work that way. We're here to make money. It ain't a profit until you take it, and nobody ever went broke taking profits. Here's the high, profit taking. Now it drops. Well, here we are now. Here's the bottom right there. Okay, that's a big drop from 973 to 720. Yeah, I'd feel a little freaking uncomfortable. That's why I don't do stocks this high. I just don't. All right, let's look at the last 30 days. Here we go. Last 30 days. Easy to see. Don't confuse it. Your 30-day high, 840, drops down to 750. That's a $90 drop. That's a big drop. Back up, back down, back up, back down. So she's coming down. Not really a good time to jump into Eli Lilly, in my humble opinion. That's just my opinion. If you like it, more power to you. Okay? I just look at numbers and give you my opinion. You're right. Everybody must have an exit strategy on the trade before it goes sideways on you. You're absolutely right. It's not a profit until you take it. You don't take a profit, don't be surprised if the market maker takes it away from you. Okay, I've been playing this game long enough. Okay, I said we're going to get Walgreens next. I said I love Walgreens, and I'm going to share with you why I like Walgreens. WBA. Okay, now, at the first look at Walgreens, most people say, ugh. Not me. I say, awesome. Why? Here we go. A year ago, 26. Drops down to here, goes sideways. Now it's at 967. It makes some people uncomfortable. Well, those are long-term investors. Can you answer the above question? Tim McCarthy, what is the above question? So you buy a $100 stock, the option is sold for $1.50. If it goes up $5, you make how much? You make $1.50. Okay, you get the option price. Okay, now Tim, you can't get both things. You cannot get appreciation and cash flow. It's one or the other. I said earlier, if you're here looking for appreciation, if you're looking your stock to go from here to here, you're in the wrong place. This is cash flow only. I could care less if the stock goes up. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for consistent profitability. Is the company consistently profitable? If I buy it right now, can I sell somebody the option to buy it from me from the exact same price and make 1% for the week? That's my goal, 1% for a week. If the stock jumped up 20, 30 bucks, I honestly, and this is hard for people to comprehend. I'm going to say it slow. You ready? I honestly really don't care. My goal is consistent profitability. If the company's consistently profitable, I will buy it. If the company stock goes up, I really don't care. I'm looking for my 1% consistently, predictably, safely. Okay? That's what I'm looking for. 1% a week is over 50% per year. All right. All right. Alex says, maybe give him an example might help. Well, we're going to do that right now with Walgreens because I love Walgreens. I love Macy's, I like Walgreens, I like Nordstrom's, I like Kohl's. All cheap, easy stocks, and they all give me over 1% every single week. If they have an option at $100, don't they get $5? All right, hold on a second, Tim. What does that mean? If they have the option at $100, don't they get the $5? Well, yeah, whoever bought the option. Okay, whoever buys the... All right. I'm going to give you an example. Hold tight, because Alex says give an example that might help. I'm going to give you an example. Maybe it will help. Okay? Tim, hold on a second. I'm going to give you an example with Walgreens, and hopefully that will make sense. You ready? All right. At this moment in time... Oh, you know what? I thought that comes from you. Okay, hold on, Tim. I'm actually going to start recording this because I do recordings every once in a while, pop them up. So let's get a recording. Are we ready? Here we go. Okay, we're actually going to take a look at Walgreens. Walgreens right now. WBA. Here we go. Walgreens a year ago to 26. Drops really bad and finds the bottom here in September, right around $8. Goes sideways for a couple bits. Let's take a good look at it. Now, currently, the price is $9.88 a share, which means I can buy it tomorrow morning at $9.88. Okay? Right there. The numbers. These aren't my numbers. I don't make this up. This is from Thinkorswim, which is owned by Charles Schwab. These are market numbers. $9.88. So if I buy it tomorrow at $9.88, I can sell it to someone else this week for $10 a share. And what am I collecting? I am collecting 32 cents per share. Now, 32 cents per share may not sound like a lot of money to you, but let's go through the equation because numbers are kind of interesting. Let's see. So if I'm buying it at $9.88, I sell it to someone through what is called a covered call. I buy the stock, I sell the stock option for someone to buy it from me for almost the exact same price I paid for it. $9.88. I sell the $10 strike price. Okay, strike price, $10, and I'm collecting 32 cents a share. So let's actually do a trade so you can see exactly what it looks like. Let's get this out of the way. Let's change this to a covered stock. Okay, covered. Now, $9.88. I want to buy the 10s right there. $9.56. Now, I'm going to do one contract only so it doesn't scare you off with the big numbers. And I'm going to do it at the market. Now, the reason why I want to do it at market is two reasons. Number one is it will fill first thing in the morning. Number two, the option and the stock are tied together. So I'm doing the option and the stock at the exact same time. Now, when I say I'm looking for a simple, safe, predictable, and consistent 1% per week, let's take a look at the trade. Now, I hit confirm and send. Confirm and send. Here's what the trade sounds like. Now, I always tell people to say it out loud. Most people are going to lose money because they hit the wrong button. Okay, I've been trading for 20 years. Last year, I hit the wrong button twice. I lost over $3,000 because I hit the wrong button twice. All right, anyway, here we go. Buy one covered call. WBA 100, that is the weekly, which means it expires every week. 10 January 25, well, that is this coming Friday. The $10 call option against WBA stock, that's Walgreens, at the market to open. The next line here, break even. So the break even for this trade is $9.45. So if Friday afternoon, 3:59 p.m., the stock is above $9.45, I have a profit. A profit. That's my break even. All right? Currently, at this moment in time, the stock price is $9.88. Now, we already looked at the chart, and the chart is telling us Walgreens is in an upward trend, which means, hypothetically speaking, if the trend continues, it will continue to go up. It's currently at $9.88. My break even is $9.45. So that is in my favor. Now, I am selling a covered call, which is a stock option. Now, if 80% of all options expire worthless, I have an 80% chance of winning. Stock is going in an upward trend. That's in my favor. The break even is $9.45. That's in my favor. The current price, $9.88. That's in my favor. I'm selling the 10. I'm picking up $54.50 per contract. So let's do the numbers. Let's break out the calculator. This is how we figure out the rate of return. Now, if my profit right here, $54.50, throw it into the calculator, $54.50. That is my profit, okay? Maximum profit, $54.50. Cost of trade, including commissions, $946. Okay, hold on, Tim. $946 is the cost of the trade. What does that mean? It means I have to buy 100 shares of the stock and sell one contract at 10, and I'm picking up $54.50. Great. What's my rate of return? Okay, I divide $54.50, the profit, by the cost of the trade, $946.15. That gives me a grand total of, are you ready for this? 5.7% for the week. That's 3 days. Actually, 2 days because there's no trading on Thursday. Respect to Mr. Carter for passing away. Thank you for your service, Mr. Carter, blah, blah, blah. 5.7%. But wait, it gets better because this here is a margin account. Now, I always suggest do not do a margin account until you understand the risks and rewards that come along with it. But just a little tease, let me show you. Okay? Also, on this trade, considering it's a margin account, it tells me exactly what I'm paying for it. Okay, so let's look at that. Now, the profit doesn't change. It's still $54.50 per contract. But all cash, it would be $946. But on margin, it is 456. So I'm going to divide it by 456. Divided by 456. And that's going to give me a return. Are you ready for this? 11.9% for 1 week or 2 days, because there's no trading on Thursday. But here's the thing. Okay, now I need you to understand that this is what the numbers are at this moment in time. So let's get out of this, get out of that, get out of this, get out of that, back to where we started. Okay, I need you to understand a few things. Number one, this is the option chain. Up here is the stock information. Now, it is after hours. It is 1:34 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means the market is not open. But when the market is open, all these numbers are going to change. So at this moment in time, the numbers I just told you are what the numbers are. That's what it is. But when the market's open, all these are going to change. But the math is still the same. What am I buying it for? What's the closest strike price for this week, next week, week after, blah, blah, blah. But this week right here, what's the closest strike price? $10. What is the premium I'm collecting? What's the rate of return that I'm collecting? That stays the same. Is it 1% or more? Yes? Wonderful. Great. Now we already looked at the chart. Okay, here's the high, here's the low. It's in an upward trend. Right, here we go, right here. Argue all you want. Here's the high, here's the low. It went down, now it's going back up. Go ahead, argue all you want. It is going back up at this moment in time. Does it mean that's what it's going to continue doing? It's not what it means at all. It means at this moment in time, that's what the chart is telling me. That is what the number is telling me. Now the question you need to ask yourself, does it make sense? Is this something I want to do? Do I like this company? These are all simple, elementary questions. Okay? So, I hope that works for you. That is a good video. I think I'll post that one tomorrow. All right, Tim, worst case scenario. There's a couple of things that call worst case scenario. Hold on a second. I just got to set my camera up to do another one if I come up with another one that looks good. Now, every once in a while, when I come up a really good trade that I can see, I hit record and I record the video and I upload it for you guys to share and for you guys to take a look at consistently over and over again. So it makes sense. Now, what was the question you just asked me? Can we talk worst case scenario? Yeah. You want to know worst case scenario? The world can end. That's the worst case scenario. Okay? Also, worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. Yeah, the world can end. That's worst case scenario. Or the stock can drop down to nothing, company can go bankrupt. But we're talking Walgreens. Walgreens has been in business for 170 years. They consistently increase their dividends as 8,700 stores worldwide. Yes, they are having an issue and they are closing 25% of their stores. The reason being, you ready for this? Some of you Californians are going to hate it because you're all Democrats out there. Democrats do not believe in prosecuting theft. Anything under $900, you can walk in, take it, and walk out. No problem. Yeah, the current administration does not want to prosecute theft. That's why a lot of these smaller companies, CVS, Walgreens, 7-Elevens, companies like that are consistently being robbed. That's why Walgreens says we're getting rid of 25% of the stores. It is what it is. But we did a pretty good deep dive into Walgreens. They own a lot of shit. They actually have products that are in over 22,000 stores worldwide. It's not just the pharmacies they own. It's not just the real estate they own. They own a lot of stuff. Okay, they have great plans for their future. And they're in the middle of talks of going private, which means that if you own shares in Walgreens, you will be bought out and they will go private eventually. Okay, so let's look at some more questions. What do we got? Curtis, thank you. AbbVie. We already looked at AbbVie. Tim, You still need to do due diligence picking the correct stock. Absolutely. Tim, I'm 100% agreeing with you. That's why I like only companies that are consistently profitable for at least 2 decades. 2 decades, that's 20 years. Consistent profitability. Now, we got 20 minutes left. I want to go through all the questions. I got too many questions. I'm not going to be able to take a look at everything. Okay, I've been online since 9 p.m. tonight. Okay, I was on 9 p.m. I did 3 hours for the people on the East Coast. Now we are into almost an hour and almost 2 hours on the West Coast. So let's take a look at some of these questions. Hi, Sherry. Okay, let's take a look at some of the questions here and see if I can answer them. I'm going to try and go through every single question like I always do. ANVX, hell no. Hello from California. All right. For example, if Walgreens dropped $4, then, well, Tim, dude, seriously, I appreciate the questions. Rule number 1, never buy something. Hey, Robert, how you doing? Never buy something you're not willing to hold on to for the rest of your life. If you're asking the question, well, what if this drops? Well, then don't buy it. If you have any questions, any doubts whatsoever about a stock you are looking at, it is that simple. Don't buy it. Simple. You don't understand it? Don't buy it. If you think they're going to go bankrupt, don't buy it. Okay? General Motors, Ford, they've been in business for over 100 years. Home Depot, Lowe's, they've been in business for 100 years. AT&T, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, they've been in business for over 100 years. Coca-Cola has been making Coca-Cola for 140 years. What do you think they're going to be doing next year? Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think they're going to be making Coca-Cola. I think Ford is going to be making cars. I think General Electric is going to be doing the exact same thing. I never want to look at a company that's brand new because I just don't know. And that doesn't agree with me. There's 9,800 different companies. Why would I choose something I don't know anything about? They don't teach this stuff in school because they need workers, not bosses. Yeah, Jason, you're absolutely right. I missed a whole bunch of questions, but here's the thing. Let me go through some of these. Now, I'm going to apologize to you guys because I'm not going to be able to get to all of these questions. Holy cow. Okay, Pfizer. I already did Pfizer this evening. Nobody can tell what happens. You're absolutely correct. I'm going to agree with you 100%. Conberg Automotive. Yeah, never heard of them. I seriously doubt they've been in business for 50 years. What time is it where you're at? It's 1:41 a.m. Yay, 1.3% per week. You talking total portfolio? Yeah. Okay. When I talk total portfolio, if I have $100,000, 1% of $100,000 is $1,000. That's 1%. So if I have 5 positions, let's say I make 2% here, 1% there, 0.5% there, 0.75% here, and 2% there. Combine them all together, that's over 1%. Little Chris, what time is it where you are? Okay, it's almost 2 o'clock. All right, XEQT, Rory, apparently you're not listening. If you're not listening, I'm not going to pay attention to you. Okay, you cannot convince me that XEQT has been in business for more than 20 years and they are consistently profitable and they have 20 years of increased dividends and they have weekly options. I just don't believe it. Do I like Walgreens? Yes, I do. I think he shoots for 1%. You're absolutely right. ABD, what is that? ADBE. That's Adobe. Yeah, that's an, okay, wait a second. My mind has been poisoned by day trading. It probably has. I tried day trading years ago. Now, you're going to get to a point. Juan, hold on a second. Okay, Tim, you're going to get to a point, okay, where you're going to value your time more than the money you could be making. I know that's hard for some of you to comprehend. Okay? At some point in your life, you are going to change what is important to you. What is important to me? Spending time with my family. My mother's in her 80s. I like to go down there and let her yell at me. The more you hang out with your parents, you remember why you moved out, okay? I'm 60, she's in her 80s, okay? We just don't get along. But I go down there 2 or 3 times a week just to make sure, and I'm helping her out with her garden, I'm helping out with her, I'm retired, but here's an interesting thing about retirement. I'm retired, but I'm still working, but I'm not getting paid. But that's the beauty of it. I don't have to work if I don't want to. But I'm working because I go to my mother's house and I help her there. Okay? I go to my son's house and I help him there. I go to my other son's house and I help him there. Okay? I help my children. I like hanging out with my grandchildren. At some point in time, your priorities change. I'm not chasing the dollar like I used to anymore. I'm making 1% every single week. That covers all my bills. I am happy where I am in my life. Okay? You will all retire at some point. When you get there, you will decide what to do with your time. I decided I'm going to create a legacy for my children and my grandchildren. I'm creating a documentary series, which this is part of. How did Papa G do what he did? Well, this is it, and you guys are watching. All right? So, 1, just want to say, I love hearing you. I was scared out of the market, but you are talking wise words. Okay, 1, what I always tell people, thank you for that, by the way. That's very, very nice. Thank you. My number 1 question I always want everyone to come away with is, does it make sense? Now, you've been here for over an hour and a half. I have not tried to sell anything. I'm not trying to sell anything here. Okay, do I have shit to sell? Yeah, I do. It's in my bio. You want it, go find it yourself. Okay, I'm here to share and answer questions. Okay, Adam W. Maybe that's crazy low. I have no idea what that means. Greg here. What do you think of TELUS? Never heard of it. Sorry. Great percents. What do you think will happen to the price? Okay, Greg. Appreciate it. Okay, Greg. Here's the thing. I never heard of them. Okay. If I've never heard, now I've been doing this for 20 years. If you are right, great, I will add them to my list. But something tells me that, do they have 20 years of increased dividends? Are they consistently profitable for 20 years? And do they have weekly options? You got to give me the ticker symbol so I can take a look. Because TELUS doesn't mean anything to me. TELUS. TELU. Oh. Just for your information, Greg, TELUS is TU. And TELUS is a big bat freaking no. Dude, you are not listening. When I say weekly options, I also say never ever invest in something you don't understand. So all this is telling me is that TELUS, you don't know what you're buying. Because if you didn't know that TELUS only has monthly options, you don't understand where you just put your money. Luke, did you go to college? Well, it depends on what you mean by that. Big fat no. You like that one, Ross? But think about it, seriously. If you're going to invest your money, shouldn't you have a good idea of the company you're putting your money in? So if you didn't know that TELUS has monthly options, then you're putting your money into something you don't understand. Okay? Yeah, over a year, that is a total of 50%. Well, actually, Adam, it's not. 1% a week, simple interest is 52%. Compounded interest is 73 or 74%, somewhere in that area. Compounded. Now, I don't compound my interest because I use that money to live off of. Luke, he said he did not. Thank you. IWM. I did the same thing. Wait, all right. What do you think of Thinkorswim? I love Thinkorswim. Now, I wrote a book. Okay, 15 years. I've written 14 books. But a book I wrote 14, 15 years ago? Wait a minute. 2012. 13 years ago. Okay, hold on, Russ. Ross, hold on. Not trying to pass judgment, but clearly some of us here are ignorant of a dividend aristocrats. Well, look at it this way, Russ. If you're going to invest money into a company, don't you think you should know the basics? Okay? Do they pay dividends, or do they take the profits, put it back into the company? Are they a dividend paying stock, or are they not? If they are a dividend paying stock, well, how often have they been paying dividends? I've been flipping through Great American Dividend Machine whilst listening. Well, alrighty, I'm not familiar with that. Okay, I come from, to make it simple, I'm Gen X, okay, which means I was born in the 60s, I was raised in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, which also means if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's working, leave it alone. Okay, why do I want to clutter my mind with stuff that's going to do nothing but confuse me? If it works, leave it alone. So it works fine, I'm leaving it alone. Okay, Sign Snap, hold for years. Different life this is. Yes, it is. Okay, now, Spide, explain to me in a manner which I'll understand. You holding for years. Do you make 50% per year or more? Holding for years. Okay, now, I'm not doing anything different except for buying the top 300 companies, but rotating them. When they go up, take the profits, putting into the next one. Take the profits, put into the next one. Take the profits, put into the next one. It's not that difficult. Tala, how much should I invest at 18 years of age? Well, you got it pretty good. Now, I can't answer that question, Tala, because I have no idea about anything about you. None whatsoever. No, absolutely nothing about you. All I can say is you're in an excellent position. Number one, never stop asking questions. Number two, your old age is coming whether you like it or not. Number three, you are young now. You will be old at some point. Okay? Just think of the person you want to become and do what you think that person would do. Do I have money in Doge? Hell no. What's your average dividend yield? Oh, I hate those kind of questions because it proves to me that you're not listening. Are you in all cash PM? What the hell does PM mean? Tim, Friday. You got to tell me what PM means. Okay? Because where I come from, it means post-meridian, which means, afternoon. Thoughts on Doge? No. Internationally happy. Hi. What do I need to do for my CPRT shares? Oh my God. Friday PM. Oh, 98% of all my money at this moment in time is invested. If I need to go out and buy some, at close. No, PM would not be at close. That would be AC, at close. I forget where I was going with that question. Okay, internationally happy. What do I do? Okay, I have no idea what CPRT is. Okay? What is CPRT? CPRT. Copart. Yeah. I have no idea. It's not on my list. The reason why it's not on my list, it's a monthly optionable stock. I don't even know if they pay dividends because it's not something I look at. Okay, it is actually that simple. Okay? All right, here's another way of looking at it. I'm a little confused. Tim, I have no idea why you're confused. Okay, it was created for my 9-year-old. Okay, my daughter was 9. Let me pull this back up for you again. Hold on a second.
Hi, I'm Grace, and as you being part of my internet company, which my dad is like my home that. That's what I do. Being part of that, you're going to be getting weekly lists of stocks I'll be trading, and every month you're getting 4 lists of stocks that you can choose from that will help you get the structure.
Okay, so Tim, you're confused. This trading strategy was created specifically. Okay? Hold on. This trading strategy was specifically created for my 9-year-old daughter. When she was 9, she said, Daddy, please teach me what you're doing. Great, wonderful. Now I had to think of a way for her to not lose. What do you do with the shares? What do you mean? What do you mean what I do with the shares? I buy the stock. I sell somebody the rights to buy it from me. If the stock price goes up, they take it away from me. I'm back into cash on Monday. That's how it works. If I buy the stock, see whatever this is, at 56.44, if I sell somebody the rights to buy it from me here, I collect this premium. That's my 1% right there. Okay? If they buy it from me, I do that. Then comes Friday. If it's above this price, they take the shares away from me. I get all my cash back. And Monday, I do it again. Okay? So, intentionally happy. Like that name. Cool. I have no idea about Copart. None. It's not on my list. There's 9,800 companies available to choose. This one is not one that I have chosen. The reason why I have not chosen it, because it is a monthly optionable stock. Monthly optional stocks just don't work for me. I want 1% a week. You can only do this once per month. Once per month is only 12 times a year. Now, I did not go to college, but I do know that 52 is better than 12. Okay? Thoughts on Doge? No. That's my thought. Okay, you asked my thought. My thought on Doge is no. Well, actually, Department of Governmental Efficiency, I love that idea. Juan, if the stock is above the strike price, do you, as the owner of the stock, pay anything out of your pockets above? No, not at all. Okay, Juan, what you're doing, okay, as the stock owner, you're selling somebody the rights to buy it from you at a certain price by a certain date. That's what the option is. A certain price, strike price, by a certain date, expiration. Okay, this is 17 January. Okay, that means that's next Friday. Not this Friday, next Friday. Okay, so if the stock is above the strike price, whoever bought the option will buy the stock from you at that price. So if I buy it at $56.44 and I sell the $60 strike price, whoever bought that from me will buy the stock from me at $60. I will get the difference between $60 and $56.44, and I also collect the premium if there is one. Okay? Alrighty then. Tella, how much should I invest? We already asked that question. Tella, I have no idea who you are. I have no idea. Now, if you really want my opinion, Tella, okay, drop me your number. I will personally call you. Now, I am going to let you guys know there's about 30 people pretending to be me. If you get an email, a text, a DM, or something that says it's me to do this, this, or this, yeah, it's not. Okay, when I say, send me your number, I will personally call you. I do not communicate through text. I do not communicate through email. I do not communicate through any other means other than the telephone. Okay? There are too many scammers out there. I do not trust anyone as far as I can throw them. Okay? I'm also telling you, do not trust anything I say. Do the research yourself. Does it make sense? If it does, it's really not that difficult. Okay? You find a stock you like. Ford. There it is. Let's get out of that. Okay? This is what the price for stock is. This is what the chart looks like. This is the option. Don't believe a word I say. Do the research yourself. Tim, if all your positions hit strike price, you reload on Monday. Absolutely, Tim. Let me ask you a question. If you walk into a store every Monday and they give you money, wouldn't you walk into that store every Monday? Well, that's what I do. Every Monday, I open up my computer, I do my 10 or 15 minutes of trades along with all the other people in my morning trading group, and then we make trades. We take a look at certain stocks, the ones that have their dividends coming up, because the stock has a tendency to go up in value. What does it mean if you sell options without 100 shares? That's called naked selling. Not something recommended, and especially if you're asking that question, that means you're new. And if you're new, you shouldn't be doing that. What do I think of RGTI? Okay, I already said no to RGTI earlier. I don't know why you'd think I changed my mind now. How far up is he? I have no idea what that means. So theoretically, you can be all in cash Friday close. No. theoretically, Tim, options expire on Saturday. Okay? So that means on Friday, you will still have everything. Saturday afternoon, that's when all the computers all over the world make all these calculations, and then Saturday night, you will know exactly what your positions are. So hypothetically, Monday morning, you'll be back into cash. APLD, no. Pretty quick, right? Would you sell calls on SCHD? Hell no. And double hell no. Older dividend stocks, I have a few hundred each. Okay, Passport Eric. Dude, you passport bro? Gotta love it, brother. Anyway, SCHD, hell no. Double hell no. Now, when I say always, 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 make sure you know exactly what it is you're buying. SCHD, I know for a fact, does not consistently, did not know that. Okay, way to go, Tim. SCHD and I know specifically they are both not consistently profitable, which means their dividends do not consistently go up. And SCHD are monthly optional stocks, which means you cannot do it every single week. Okay? So it all depends, Eric. What is it you want to do? Now, SCHD and are great for people who really don't care. Here's my money, you do it for me. That's the theory behind SCHD and Do you manage positions within the week? Yes, I do. Monday I do all my trading. Okay? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I jump in and I balance out my account. Now, do I know what US Steel ended up today? No, I don't. Will I find out tomorrow morning? Yes, I will. Now, I will take what happened today, compare it to what I did on Monday, and what do I expect by Friday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is kind of balancing. Okay, not very much being done on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Okay, a Chandler, APLD, hell no. Green Sickle, wow, 2020. Those are impressive numbers. Okay. Can you please tell me what you think of Rocket Lab? Happy days, hell no. Okay, simple, easy. Okay, I'm direct right to the point. All right, I'm not taking in consideration your feelings. Don't really care if you want to save space or not. You ask me about Rocket Lab? No. Why? They don't have 20 years of consistent profits. Keep your dividends for taxes. Double hell no. Drake, how often, frequently, are you paid in arrears? I have no idea what you mean by that. Because arrears usually means money coming in from something you did a long time ago. Phosphate First Mining. Nope, sorry. I'm 20 years old. What should I invest in for the future? Education. But make sure it's education that's actually going to be worth it. College ain't worth it. Going to sleep. Thank you for the answers. Yeah, I'm going to bed too. It's past 2 o'clock. Intentionally happy. Hi. What do I need to do for my... Okay, dude, we already talked about that. Copart, not something I want for... A virtual protocol, they're not 20 years old either. Thoughts on IMNM, not 20 years old either. Okay, so I'm being a little disappointed with you guys on the West Coast. It's a simple formula. 20 years of increased dividends. Never buy something you don't understand. Okay, so if, Cameron, you bought some IMNM and you don't understand that they don't have 20 years of consistently increasing their dividends, then you're not listening. Okay, same thing with you, Muffin. GEV, never heard of them. Now, I've been doing this long enough to know which companies are consistently profitable. Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, anything on Warren Buffett's list. Everything you guys are talking about, it's no, no, hell no, and double hell no. It's not that difficult. What are your thoughts on 529? It comes before 530. That's my thought. Why would they be divested? I have no idea what you're talking about. Now, use your 1915682. Please understand, there are hundreds of people here. Okay, I have 2 TikTok channels, 2 YouTube channels, 1 Instagram channel, and 1 Facebook channel. So I'm getting questions from all different directions. So when you say, why would they be divested? I have no idea what you're talking about. You got to be more specific with your question and have your question be complete in one entry. Cruise, good question. No idea what that means. So TSM, Taiwan Semiconductors, okay, and AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, would be better. Yes, both of those would be. But Advanced Micro Devices is a no. No dividends, no thank you. Taiwan Semiconductors, they would be a yes. DX, no idea DX. Sherry, hopefully he sees it and answers. Sherry, I didn't see the question. Sherry, Cruz, good question. Okay, Cruz, what was Cruz's question? Cruz, what are your thoughts on 529? Okay, what are your thoughts on 529? Okay, Cruz, I have no idea what 529 is. Okay? If you can explain to me what 529 is, I could give you an answer. But at this moment, to me, 529 means it comes after 528 and before 530. That's all 529 means to me. Okay, and Cruz, okay, Sherry actually has my home phone number, so if she has a question, she knows how to ask it. AMD, is that profitable yet? No. 529 is college savings account. Oh, okay, 520 is also tax advantaged. Okay, what's the purpose of it? Okay, so here's my thought on government programs. Yeah. Ronald Reagan says the 7 worst words you can possibly hear. I'm from the government. I'm here to help. 7 worst words you can possibly hear. I'm from the government. I'm here to help. If you think the government's not going to figure out a way to screw you out of that, you're seriously wrong. Okay? If there's a way for you to set up your account in a manner which is out of the reach of the greedy little fingers of the federal government, do it. Okay? I trust a foundation, an offshore account, something to that effect. It's out of the greedy little fingers of the government. Yeah, it's the best bet. And there are ways of doing it. So talk to a tax strategist, a tax planner. Do not trust the government with anything. And that 529 plan, if that's for college education for children, there are other ways to invest that are better than that. AVGO. Now, I like AVGO, but we'll see what happens. Why did WTI fail me? Green Sickle, I have no idea who WTI is. Okay? I can only give you information on what I know. Now, what I know is there are 9,800 different companies. I concentrate on 300 because 300 are the only companies that are consistently profitable for more than 20 consecutive years and have weekly options available. So there's 9,500 whatever companies I honestly really don't care about. It's actually that simple. If it's not in my list, consistently profitable and weekly options, I really honestly don't care what happens with it. People White, good morning to you too. They don't teach this in school because they need workers, not bosses. Jason, you're absolutely right. What is a bubble? Wow, that is a weird question. Albert, if you're asking me that question, I question your upbringing. You take a little bit of gum, chew it, and then you blow a bubble. Context. Walgreens is down almost 10% every year for the last 10 years. Yeah, you're absolutely 100% correct. Also, Walgreens has been going in a trading range for the last year. It stays within a certain range. I buy here, I sell here. Buy here, sell here. I've been doing it every single week for a whole year. And I've already showed you that, right here. I already showed you all my trades are right here. Okay, look. Walgreens, 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 Walgreens. Why do you think I have Walgreens in almost every one of my accounts? Think about it. Does it make sense to buy something that's consistently profitable? Yes, it is. Now, you're saying it's down almost every single year for the last 10 years. Well, yeah, you're absolutely correct. I'm not a yearly buyer. I'm a weekly buyer. I buy on a Monday, I sell on a Friday. It's really easy to figure out where a stock is going to go in the next 5 days. It's really not that difficult. Okay? I'm not a buy and hold. Buy and hold Walgreens is not a good idea. Okay, that's not why I invest. I invest for weekly cash flow. Okay, Norsal Spotter. Ha ha ha, TikTok traders. There you go, wonderful. All right. Walgreens closing stores. Yes, you're absolutely 100% correct. Okay, user such and such. Walgreens list $10 a share last quarter, not profitable. You're absolutely correct also. So, not trying to hit a home run instantly, but trying to bat a high average consistently. Now, D-Tech 7. You ever see the movie Moneyball with Brad Pitt? Exactly his theory. You're not looking for the home run hunters. Singles and doubles, singles and doubles, singles and doubles. It's going to win you the game all the time. Remember the tortoise and the hare? Yeah. Slow, steady, consistently. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, we're past 2 o'clock. I'm past my bedtime. I'm going to turn into a pumpkin. My eyes aren't focusing, having a hard time reading, so I'm trying to go through that. What is the 10-minute trader? Oh, my goodness. The 10-minute trader. That is my daughter. I gave her that name 15 years ago. For a 9-year-old, it had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way for her to lose. And it had to be less than 10 minutes. How do you keep the attention of a 9-year-old? It has to be simple. And it has to be quick and easy. Great. It was very simple. Okay? If it is not on this calendar, this particular week, do not look at it. That was for my daughter. If it is not on the list for this week right here, look, JP Morgan, Comcast, MasterCard, General Mills, Verizon, AT&T. If it is not one of these, do not buy it. Exactly that. That was my daughter. If it's not on the list, don't buy it. Okay? Because if it's on the list, it has a tendency to go up just before the EX date. If it has a tendency to go up just before the EX date, great. What's the chart telling you? Is it the right time to buy or not? It's really not that difficult. You take a look, boom, there it is. Is it going up? Is it going down? It's not that difficult. Adults have a tendency to make it more complicated than it needs to be. Not that difficult. All right, way past my bedtime. Let's get these, let's get these questions answered. Oh my goodness, got all these questions to go. All right, here we go. Falling. What's the name of your system you're using? The system that I'm using? Well, this is called Think or Swim. The trading strategy I'm using is called Dividend Capturing 2.0. What's a good amount to start with? $10. Awesome. I believe I Think or Swim. Yes, it is. Third day. So basically, stocks is not a long time hold, just a dumb money funds. Honestly, I have no idea what that question means, but okay. A lot of us hobby of the month. Yeah, I like that one. That's a good one. Hello from Maine. What the hell are you doing up this late from Maine? Thoughts on Carvana? They ain't 20 years old. He's 10 minutes behind, unfortunately. Yep, Ninus, you're absolutely right. Okay, because there's a lot of questions. Now, Ninus, I don't want anyone to think I'm ignoring their questions. So I'm looking at each question one at a time. Capital gains. One, you really need to talk to a tax strategist if that's your concern. Okay? What do you think about SoFi as a company? No dividends, no thank you. What is your holding? I have way too many to go through at this moment if you buy and sell stocks. Yeah, one, I get that. Okay, you're worried about capital gains if you buy and sell stocks. And you're absolutely right. If that's a serious question, talk to a tax strategist because you don't hold stocks, you sell on dumb money. Okay, if you say so. 50-year companies fall a lot. Walgreens is hanging on by a thread. Kohl's is going away. Okay, not an account. I get what you're saying. Really, honestly, I do. But explain to me in a manner in which I'll understand. Kohl's, Walgreens, Macy's are all giving me over 1% every single week, all year long. If it works, don't fix it. Tell me more about your documentary series. I have connections in the film and television industry. Well, here's the thing. I'm 60 years old. At some point in time, I will not be here. So I would like for my children, my grandchildren, to have something that has some kind of value to it. Now, the stock market has been around for over 400 years. It first initiated when a bunch of Dutch businessmen said, hey, let's create the biggest, baddest company the world has ever seen. Well, we can't do that. We need a shit ton of money. Well, here's how we can get it. They literally went door to door. Have I got a deal for you? Give us some money. We'll share our profits in this new business venture. That was the Dutch East India Shipping Company, also known as the VOC. They went door to door selling shares and promised to give a portion of the profits to the peasants. That was the very first publicly traded company. Now, they did average 18% annual yield for 198 years before they imploded due to corruption and mismanagement. Go figure. You give people money and power, what are they going to do with it? They're going to fuck it up. They did. Okay? So, I'm listening. Papa G, makes sense to me. Well, alrighty then. Wise words, thank you. What is one stock you will hold for over 10 years? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I got married once, didn't like it, ain't going to do it again. Wise words. Stacy, how are you today? How's the new hours going? It's a little challenging. Okay, now why I'm saying it's a little challenging, because I'm doing a little bit of an experiment here. All right? Now, I've already decided, last year I did 359 days straight. I only missed 6 days last year. This year, I'm taking Fridays and Saturdays off because the stock market doesn't change from Friday afternoon until Sunday night. Doesn't make sense to do the same things over and over again. So I'm taking 2 days off. But here's the thing. When I went to Vegas a couple of weeks ago, I found out that here on the Eastern Seaboard, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm reaching the audience on the Eastern Seaboard because the people out west, you guys, aren't quite ready to relax and sit in front of your computer, your phone, or whatever. So, for the fun of it, I am trying 9 p.m. Pacific Time to see, is the West Coast better than the East Coast? Where's the best time for me to concentrate my efforts? Because I'm trying to help out as much people as I possibly can, but I'm not looking to kill myself. So I did 3 hours at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now I'm at 2 hours and 15 minutes Pacific Eastern Time. Today, yesterday, and the day before. This is day number 3. I'm going to try it for a week or two, see how it works. If you guys have enough of an audience out there on the West Coast, maybe I'll do it. But you're not impressing me so far. Okay? AIQ, hell no. Don't. XRP, double hell no. What's your thoughts on Bud? Ooh, Budweiser. Ask me tomorrow, okay? Because it's past 2. I want to go to bed. It's late. So you want them to expire worthless because when you're rolling them, you're losing. No, Jonathan, that's not it at all. Okay? I want them to expire worthless because here's the thing. Anytime you trade, you have to open a trade and you have to close a trade. Okay? So when you buy a stock, you're buying to open a position. At some point in time, you have to close that position. All right? Same thing with an option trade. So here's the thing. If 80% of all options expire worthless, if I sell it for $1 to open, and Friday it is worth $0, then I made $1. It closes at 0. Okay? All right. So no, I'm not actually losing. Or getting called away. Called away, you're exactly right. You said no to XRP too quick. No, I didn't. XRP does not have 20 years of increased dividends. See, I know that. I know for a fact XRP does not have 20 years of increased dividends. So, XRP, hell no. Doge, Hell no. Okay, Ethereum? Hell no. Okay, anyway, I'm not going to sit and argue. I'm pretty sure this is pre-recorded. Dima, I'm not quite sure why you would say that. Okay, now the reason why I say that, you got that one? Cool. Nadima, the reason why I say it's not pre-recorded because I'm actually reading what you're saying right now, and it is at this moment in time, January 8th. Hey, it's Elvis's birthday. Woohoo! Okay, it is January 8th, 2:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, no, it is not pre-recorded. It just means there are hundreds and hundreds of questions, and it takes a while for me to get to each and every individual question. Because I don't want anyone to think I'm ignoring their questions. So you ask me a question now at 2:18, I might not be able to get to it until 2:20, 2:30, 2:40. Because you're not the only person on the dance floor. Sorry. Mike Sweeney, so if the stock goes out of the money and you're not able to sell for a profit, what do you do then? Let me think. Mike, see if I can explain this to you in a manner. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. Now, if you don't understand, don't buy it, which means stocks have a tendency to increase and decrease up to 50%. What do I mean by that? Well, the high of the year might be 100, the low of the year might be 50. That's the difference between the two, which means it's going to go up, it's going to go down, but usually going to stay within that period of time. Okay, third trader, is there one crypto you might say, okay, I might invest? Hell no. Until cryptocurrency becomes simple and safe and I consistently make a profit on it, no. Okay, I cannot go to the store and use cryptocurrency to buy anything. I cannot trade cryptocurrency and make a consistent profit unless I'm sitting in front of the computer all day long. Yeah, no thank you. Cryptocurrency has not been around for 400 years. The stock market has. The first stock was sold in 1602. We are currently in 2025. That means there's 422 years? No, 23 years. 423 years of stock market existence. So, yeah, until cryptocurrency has a way for me to make a safe, predictable return every week without having to sit in front of the computer, it's a no. Okay, that's a no. Mike Sweeney, back to your question. If the stock goes out of the money, which means goes down, okay, what do I do then? Well, I chase it down with other dividends. More specifically, I bought, U.S. Steel at 41. It's currently at 34. Okay, I can't sell the 41s because they have no value to them. I'm not going to sell the 34s because it's too close to where the action is. I'll sell the 35s, 36s, or 37s, something far enough away where I don't think it will get called out, and I'm still bringing in something. Highest dividend payer, no idea. I don't play that way. I just sent you $10,000. Well, good for you because you didn't send it to me. Okay, number 1, I don't take money from people online. I have a very strict rule. You want me to invest your money? Fine. You come here, look me in the eye, we shake hands. That's the only way I do it. So if you're sending money to someone else who's saying that they're me, I feel sorry for you. That's why I always say, you really want to talk to me, give me your number. I will personally call you. Okay? I don't do cryptocurrency. I don't do wait. Telegram. What happens to Rolls-Royce stock? No idea. It's not on my list. Isn't that simple? Not on my list? No, thank you. So, grateful for the memories. I'm terribly sorry you sent $10,000 to someone. Now, when I say I don't take money from people online, there are a few people here online that will attest to it. Okay? I flew to Vegas to meet a couple of people, specifically for that reason. I don't take money from people online. I do not ask for people money online. I don't. You want to talk to me? Send me a phone number. I will give you a call. I say that every single live show. The reason why I do that is specifically because there are a lot of other people pretending to be me. Okay? How do you find the dividend payout schedule? Really, Jazz? Seriously? Go to Google, put into the search EX Dividend Calendar. And I'll tell you exactly when dividend stocks pay their dividends. Intangible slime. I'm new to trading futures. Any advice? Yeah, you're trading futures. Look at the Commitment of Traders report. Use the Commitment of Traders report in a manner in which you can profit from it. If you don't know that, look up some studies on how do you best use the Commitment of Traders report. What is a good dividend stock? It depends on what your outcome is. Jingle Life. Where does one find the basics of what you're doing? The internet. What about ADP? Ooh, I love ADP. Dill Sky. Where can I start? I'm brand new. Education. Come back every night. I'm here every night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At this moment in time, I'm not really impressed with the West Coast. Okay, the numbers just aren't what I think they should be. Hello from Jennifer. They have to be one on the list. Yeah, Dividend King, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, blah, blah, blah. Appreciate the answer for Taiwan Semiconductors. Okay, is there any correlation between chat and his response? Yes. I will answer each question as they pop up, each and every question one at a time. Now, remember, there's a couple hundred people here. So a couple hundred people means a whole shitload of questions, which means I can only answer one at a time. He's reading the chat and can't see any of the questions. That's not true, Jez. I'm doing them one at a time. Offshore account is Portugal. Good for that. I have no idea. Why will we pay $200 for... Oh, wait. What was that question? Why will we pay $200 for a stock for $5 a year? That's an excellent question. Why the hell would you do that? I wouldn't do it. Okay, Becca Makawa, I honestly could not answer that question about Portugal. How do we find out if a company does weekly options? Is there more than one way to look for that? Yep. It is called, hold on, CBOE, Chicago Board of Options Exchange.com, CBOE.com. Okay, they are the ones that do the weekly options. Oh, look at that. Hello from Jennifer. She said the same thing. Chicago Options. Yeah. CBOE. .com. Okay, wait a second. Where was I? ADP. I like that one. All right. Yep. Okay, here we are. Look at this. We're almost done with the questions. You know, it's not as cold here, even at 9 p.m. So think about it. Oh, hell no. I've been to California. Yeah, no, thank you. Yep, they're still learning the basics. I get it. Anyone know this strategy? Yep. Sounds like he does dividends and wheel option start. Yeah, okay, there you go. Procter & Gamble, dividend is not good. Okay, Procter & Gamble's been in business for over 100 years. It's not the dividend I'm looking for. It's the consistency of the profitability of the company. Is the company consistently profitable? Yeah. If it is, good. It's on my list. Can I get 1% from it every week? Yes, good. Then it's on my list. Yay! What about Tesla? Hell no. Okay? You want to know about Tesla? No dividends, no thank you. Okay, it's on my radar too. Oh, wait a minute, that's it. All the questions are done. Woohoo! Morning, sir. WPB here. I love this show. Okay, great. I'm just finishing up. I answered every single question. Now, when I say I will answer every single question one at a time, terribly sorry if it took longer for me to get to the questions, but I did every single one, or every single question. Great. You guys have a great night. This is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow for a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Okay? I'll see you guys again tomorrow night. And if you don't like, share, comment, all that stuff, if the numbers don't go over 300, yeah, I ain't coming back. Seriously. 8 hours a day standing in front of a computer talking to you guys. Do you know trend stock? No. If it ain't on the list, it's a no. It's actually that simple, Edward. If it doesn't have 20 years of consecutive increased profits and weekly options, it's a no. Now, there are hundreds upon hundreds of trading strategies out there. Good job. Thank you. Thanks for the mentorship. Thank you. You're welcome. So think of, there's hundreds of different trading strategies. Okay? If you don't like this one, there are other ones out there. If you're interested in making money in the stock market, Find one that works for you. This one works for me. I'm not interested in anything else. Okay? I don't take people for money online. I don't. If you want to chat with me, drop me your number. I will give you a call. You guys have a great night, and I will see you again tomorrow. Done over here on Facebook. Done over here on Instagram. And now, there we go. And YouTube. You guys have a great night. TikTok over here. Great night. And over here, TikTok. You guys have a great night. And we'll see you again tomorrow. And now, the